What's up, everybody? So I'm probably gonna get kicked out of my guild for sharing this information, but today we're gonna talk about how to make gold and early game gold in Ashes of Creation. So let's just dive right into it. Gold makes Vera go around. Okay, it buys everything. You buy gear with it. You can buy materials with it. You even need gold to start sieges. You need gold to buy caravans, boats, pretty much anything else you convince yourself of that's mandatory. And this guide, it's pretty basic and it expects you to know certain things. Like I'm not gonna break down what the destiny lines are. Okay, I'm not going to break down what commissions are. I'm not going to break down like how to run a crate or how to, build a caravan and stuff like that. You figure that out on yourself. It's not hard. It's pretty self-explanatory. So another thing I want to say real quick is the PTR is of course under NDA, so I cannot visually show you anything. So you're just going to be watching pre-recorded stuff on the screen while I'm overlaying my voice onto that video. So in case you're like, "Where's the visuals?" I'm a visual learner. Well, I'm sorry. Well, tell Steven to lift the NDA. So I wanted this video to release before the game came out as well. That way people could have an idea of what they need to do or practice on the PTR to get ahead and actually make some gold this phase and actually maybe keep up with myself and Vice in, economy. So starting out first and most important thing, I see a lot of people just try to solo. Don't. What the like if you're new to the game, just type slash global, type slash LFG, type what class you are, what level you are, and be like, I need a group. Okay. And then go figure it out. All right. The more minds working together, if you guys are new to the game, the better. You figure things out faster, more minds working towards the same goals. Hopefully, you guys increase your IQ by being in a group. And from my experience in the past, when I first started this game, I did Pug, and Pugs really sucked, but it helped me learn the game. And it was, a hands-on learning experience. And I suggest everybody level when you get in the game. Just start leveling. Why would you want to group and over solo? Well, groups are usually faster. Groups keep you alive. Dying when you die, dying costs gold and it costs time. Time is money, and well, you don't want to die. So new players probably survive longer when they're surrounded by other players, even if they are new as well. Okay, so don't solo. That's my first and foremost suggestion. So the first tip I can give is probably one of the biggest advices I have for anybody joining into Vera on December 11th is be social, be friendly, talk to people. This is a super, super social light game. If I wasn't social and polite and called people sirs and thank them last phase, I don't think I would have bought even a fraction of the materials that I bought. We bought thousands and thousands and thousands of Lego materials. And I think that was because I was extra polite. I spoke in a broken English where you couldn't negotiate. And this helped. I mean, it showed. Like we bought literally thousands of Lego materials for like pennies, like actual few silver. You be nice, be polite, be actively social with people around you. Ask questions. Asking questions is one of the best ways to learn. All right. So starting out in this game, you got two starting zones currently. You got Riverlands and Anvils. I prefer Riverlands. It's just a better centralized location. It's just a better overall. I just like it better than Anvils, and I just don't like it. That's it. All right. I like Riverlands. Oh, and then I usually base myself at whichever node presents itself first. Whichever node is going to level up first. Most of the time that's been Winstead. Sometimes Jova. Most of the time it's going to be Winstead, just because of the POIs and activities around that node cause it to level faster than the other nodes, but they did remove the processing benches, so we will see if Winstead actually levels faster this phase. But I will probably just station myself at whatever the main hub will be at. Stationing myself there means I put my bank alts there, I put my trader alt there, I put my crafter alt there. I pretty much station myself to live there and operate out of there. And my guild will help me do that as well. So, in my opinion, I would probably start in the Riverlands just to speed things up, and I think a majority of the players are going to probably start in Riverlands. All the Steam people coming in, they probably see all the old guides that say start Riverlands, blah blah blah. So I'm assuming most people are probably going to try to start Riverlands, and well, you want to be around the other people. Like I said, you want to get groups. Okay, groups. You don't want to die, and being around other people allows you to start trading sooner, and you're around their gold, right? So the best way to get gold is be around the gold. You know what I mean? So, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not going to talk about destinies or commissions and how to make caravans and crates and stuff. Like, that's pretty basic information, and that also doesn't start happening until the nodes actually, level up and you can actually run the crates and turn them in. So, as you progress, as you level up, you want to, get level 16, in my opinion. Priority to get level 16 as fast as possible, and on the way to 16, you should be completing your destinies. You press L, open up that. Make sure you're checking your quests and your commissions and grabbing the rewards from that. You also get glint. And I normally just trade this glint into the vendor. I just sell to the vendor. And at level 10, we've been averaging around 60 silver to 1 gold total by reaching level 10 if you just follow the commissions and quests laid out and you do your destinies. And then you might get some random drops to vendor as well. Starting out around before 10, you should 60 silver to 1 gold, depending if you buy anything, if you don't buy anything. So you have a little bit of gold. But don't stress on gold this early in the game. Just first couple of days, even the first week for most people. Some people even take 2 to 3 weeks to get level 15. So do not stress on making the gold. Just focus on learning the game, completing all your starting quests, and just literally staying alive while doing it. Okay, that's your priority until 16, and that's it. Your priority is that simple. Get level 16 as possible. And why do I say level 16? Ashes uses a 9 level XP gap. So what that means is a level 16 can group with a level 25 player, and they can still earn XP. So level 16 is the first level where economy opens up fully, in my opinion, because you can go and waste, quote unquote, waste time manually farming. You can go and do hunting. You can do, whatever XYZ, and not worry about being, quote unquote, left behind because you are high enough level to group with any group. Even if that group is full of 25s, you can just join them and you'll still gain XP. I suggest to all new players get to level 16 as fast as possible so you are not left behind and you're not left out of groups. I'm not saying, you're not going to ever find a group, but if you are serious about making gold, the key to making gold is being ahead of everyone else. Okay. And I'll explain that in a little bit in the video. So literally hit 16, then focus on gold. There is one gold farming method that doesn't require 16. If you're doing a low level protected alt, but that's a totally different strategy. And this guide is for people's mains, not their alts. Okay. So in my opinion, the number one gold making method for somebody who is a solo player, somebody who does not have access to multiple crafters, somebody who doesn't have access to multiple accounts and multiple crafters and processors. What are you going to do with your mats? Raw material farming. Okay. So you don't have to wait for this to do at 16. You can start doing this anytime you feel safe. Do not need to wait for level 16. Okay. So probably like level 4 or 5 so you can kill whatever mobs are around the resources you're trying to gather. Hopefully it's mining that you're doing. Mining is the best one. And then pretty much just go and farm, wherever you can safely kill the mobs around the mining nodes. And if you want a steady, simple source of income, just start mining early. You can level mining and processing all the way to level 25 pretty fast. And yeah, processing gives a ton of XP. And if you proc like a rare higher mining node, you get a ton of XP as well. And the XP is not bad per hour if you just are consistently running around mining. Now, raw gathering for materials, I prioritize it in this order. So mining will be the top one, the bread and butter, the moneymaker. And then trees is pretty close behind that. And then coming in third, pretty far behind, it would be flowers, but only certain ones at certain rarities, XYZ. So flowers, I wouldn't recommend a new player going to farm. Just go beat on rocks and trees. You're going to go the manual mining route. Okay. You can sell mats raw, which is great for the solo players, like I said before, or you can craft them into whole items, like fully built items. And that's where we make our money. But that requires like a group of dedicated people, group of processors, group of crafters, and organization. and that's more advanced trading, and it takes a lot of knowledge. You need to know the market, you need to know the resource requirements for each item, you need to know your cost. There's a lot that goes into it. We're not going to break that down, but you can make, like, in my opinion, I would not sell raw mats. Like, if you're a solo player, you can sell raw mats. But if you are a group organized guild, like you're an organized guild and can do simple math, well, you should only sell crafted products and not raw mats. And then there's another big suggestion. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but players are limited in the amount of crafts and processing and gathering skills they can actually have. So, in my opinion, all players should never have crafting, like a tailorer, a leather worker, a weaponsmith. These all should be on an alt account. Okay. And yes, you do level that alt up to 25. That is correct. You will have to level that alt. And that the reason you have to level that alt is because you need to be required level to eat the food. Okay. Now, the reason I say to put this crafter on an alt is because if you put a crafting, like a weaponsmith, for example, on your main, your weaponsmith, when certain benches come up, are required to be in town. If you are actually a true marketeer and you are actually trying to make money, you are required to be in town where that bench is coming up to be able to craft as soon as that bench comes up. That is where you are making the most money, is that opening of the bench, the first opportunities to craft a focus, a weapon, it doesn't matter what it is. You being there first, you being there on your crafter just 24/7 while that bench is up gives you the chance to sell that item, okay? And you can spam in town. Now, while you're doing this on your alt crafter, you are on your main and you are manually farming something. You are either killing bosses, you're doing something, you're beating on rocks, whatever it is. But the point is, you're not stuck in town crafting and waiting for people to buy crafted items. Okay. On your main, you should only do processing. On your alts, you should do all the hard crafting. Okay. That's very important that you remember this. And when you go to craft in town, okay, have people around you protecting you. Don't be naked. Don't be brain dead. I don't want to see reports of I got killed while crafting in town. Blah, 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 blah. Stop crying.
Yeah.
Let's say you do decide to craft and craft, let's say, a focus. I suggest that you craft one of these focuses and see how they place on the market. What that means is, so you get your material cost. Let's say it takes like 10 ashwood, 3 metal, and something else, right? So we add all those up. I just do my math. How I determine numbers in game is based on time to acquire gold per hour. Let's say you can farm an item that yields you 15 gold an hour, and that's the best farm in the game. And then there's some little simple math we do, and then I determine, okay, how many of this item can I farm in that 1 hour? And then how many of this item can I just buy if I just farm the best gold per hour? You know what I mean? So determining prices is kind of hard, but not really once you do it enough. And I'm going to be playing, so if you really need to know the price of something, just ask. But if you want to figure it out yourself, I'm not going to break that down in this video. That'll be a more advanced video. And then from the changes I've seen and experience from just having in past phases and dominating market in the past phases, boss farming, the first few weeks of the phase are going to be, again, just peak gold farm for bosses. People buy everything. I was selling rations to people last phase, dude. So people literally buy anything. Bosses are dropping boss items again. You heard Maggie, she said, oh, epic boss land. So, and yes, roll need on everything. Always, and definitely just roll need everything, everywhere. It doesn't matter what class you are. Roll need. Nobody else needs something over you. And same, like everything in the game, it has a value, whether or not you need it, right? And you need gold. Everybody needs gold. Everybody wants to progress. Everybody wants stuff. So everything has value. Okay. Now, whether or not you actually need it over greeting it, right? I don't, the need and greet system to me is irrelevant. Like my time is more important than some casual who plays like 2 hours a day. So in my opinion, I deserve all the loot. They should get nothing, in my opinion. They don't play enough. They don't deserve it, right? So I should get all the loot. That's how I see it. So I roll need on everything, and that's how it goes, right? Okay. So you make a lot of money rolling need. So roll need. Okay. If they kick you out of the group, well, find another one. So boss respawns. Let's talk about boss respawns. Most bosses around the entire Vera have about a 20-minute respawn. Some of the bigger event bosses, there is one event that we know about that is a 2 hour and 19-minute spawn time. If you actually want to know what this boss is, leave a comment in this video below and I will tell you what that boss is and what he drops. The drops are subject to change this phase. Drops, PvP, and chaos, that all equals profit, and that's what you're going to get the first 3 weeks of trying to farm bosses. You're going to be contesting other guilds. You're going to be PvPing. You're going to be getting drops, and it's just going to be all around fun. So, the first 3 weeks, you should be farming bosses if you are a, PvE, don't want to mat material farm, and you like PvP. If you don't like PvP, then go bang on rocks, because you're going to get PvP'd by guilds like Polar, Supple, Vice is going to PvP you. There are some guilds that'll just, let you have the spots like for boss farming. So, I mean, you can just push out like cats or something, or just ask them, and they'll probably just leave. But in my opinion, boss farming for the first few weeks is going to be pretty lucrative, if not probably one of the best ways to make gold. Now, crates, nodes, and citizen systems. I already said in the beginning of the video, I wasn't going to talk about how to do crates or commissions and run that stuff, but you can make a decent amount of money from doing your citizen levels and getting the max script. Being able to have max citizen with the ability to purchase scripts to make crates better is very lucrative. You can also buy like the citizen capes, and you are able to sell those. Now, the person does need to be a citizen of that node to be able to equip that cape. They don't have to remain citizen to wear that cape as long as they don't take it off. But to simply put it back on, they just have to become a citizen again. So I will say this, I did sell probably, I think it was like 40-ish capes last phase in about a week. So, and each one of those capes was anywhere from like 6 gold to all the way up to 11 gold. So we made a lot of gold from just selling the stupid ass citizen capes. And some people just sell raw script. You can just sell the script as well, or you can just run crates for just gold. Now the gold crates, I myself would never probably run a crate. Now other people will do that, and that's fine. But people do say crates are pretty good money, as well as caravans and caravels. The first 2 nodes that will go up will become probably the central hubs for storage, crafting, early market monopolies. Okay, so you're going to want to store all your goods there, and you're going to want to store often. You don't want to die out in the wild because you drop like 25% of your stuff on the ground, like permanently disappears. And then you have to go pick your stuff up off the ground, or you lose all that stuff on the ground as well. And other players can loot your stuff and they'll go purple, and that's all that happens. And yes, you can attack a purple player and not go red for killing them, as long as they're still purple when you kill them. If you see a purple name flashing, stop attacking them, or you'll go corrupt. Okay. If you don't know about PvP, that sucks. All right. So as soon as the nodes level up, okay, that's when they start building the benches. And when the crafting bench comes online, okay, let's say pretty much any bench, most benches they're going to build first have a very high use. They have a very useful item, whether that's tools, that's armor, weapons, whatnot. So you're going to want to know what that bench can actually produce. You're going to want to know which item that you are going to produce and try to sell yourself. You're going to want to research all this. And in my opinion, you should log into PTR right now, check all the values. Like I've already done this. We have a spreadsheet. It has every single bench recipe with what materials it requires. And this spreadsheet is fucking long as heck, dude. Looking at it hurts my brain. So anyways, I have been combing through this, and I'm looking through all the level 10 items. I'm looking through all the Adept Plus items. I'm looking at all the tools. I'm looking at the cost of all these items. I'm looking at the materials, and I'm gathering up a list, and I'm getting myself a cheat sheet. That way, before the benches even come up, I've already got the mats in hand. I've already got enough mats to make 10 plus productions of this said item. I've already got a set value that I'm interested in trying to move this item at. And the reason you want to be there as soon as the bench comes up is because there's last phase, for example, some of the benches when they came up, like tool bench, there was nobody else selling tools. So I was like, oh, hey, what's up? Dude, I was selling heroic fishing rod when the bench came up for like 40 gold each. Heroic, heroic, heroic. Multiple. It wasn't just like a one off, multiples. And that's because I was there first. We were the first people to be able to make these items. So we set the price because people want these items and they can't make them themselves, right? They might have gold or materials, but they can't make the item, right? And they're like, well, these materials are only worth this. I'm like, well, go have somebody else make the item. Well, you're the only one that can make it. Oh, well, then you'll pay my price. So these windows, these booms, these sprints, as I call them, when the benches come up, it's a boom. And if you don't capitalize on the boom, well, you're going to get left behind, and people like me are just going to keep controlling the economy. And every boom that you miss, you fall behind significantly farther and farther. And to keep up with inflation, to keep up with gold selling, to keep up with bots, you must utilize these boom points on each crafting bench as they come up. And you have to be ready to do this before they come up. So this means you have to do homework. You have to look through all the 50,000 plus items in the game. That includes food, tailoring, armor smithing, weaponsmithing, leatherworking, XYZ, doesn't fucking matter. Even animal husbandry. Okay. Animal husbandry makes a ton of money. You want to make easy, quick money selling mounts? Well, animal husbandry can do that for you. Animal husbandry does cost money to get invested, to get started up. But the animal husbandrists I knew last phase, they were one of the only people that are legitimately actually keeping up with us in econ. They weren't at like, one to one keeping up, but they were like 3 or 4 steps behind us. But they were keeping up legitimately by selling only animal husbandry goods. So animal husbandry is really lucrative. But you have to be at the benches. You have to be ready with the animals. You have to be ready with the materials before the bench is coming up. You want to be there as soon as it comes up. You want to get these items made as soon as it comes up, right? And you want to get them on the market, not the marketplace. Do not sell crafted goods on the marketplace. Do not do it. I know you will see a lot of other people just throw their shit on the marketplace. You lose a ton of money, dude. And depending on what the node tax is set to, you lose even more money. Like there are some like anything under 10 gold I might put on the auction house, but over 10 gold, I usually do not put on the marketplace. Okay. Usually unless the item, okay, like in Iron Focus last phase, we did list several on the auction house. There is a reason for this. The reason being is when I'm asleep, if I can sell something marked up 600% of what I normally sell it at. So normally when I'm awake, I'd sell this item for 27 to 30 gold. Okay. But when I would go to sleep, I would put one on the marketplace. And that one on the marketplace would be like 44, 48 gold. And if it sold, great. If it didn't sell, oh, well, I lost like a gold or two, whatever it was. Right. So very risky to post stuff that's valued over 10 gold on the marketplace because if it doesn't sell, you lose that posting fee, and that's bad news bears. So in my opinion, you should spam trade chat, global chat, LFG chat, shout chat, say chat, all chat, every chat, any chat, all chats, everywhere all the time. Want to sell this, want to buy this, selling this, selling this, selling this. Do not put the price into a public format. Do not say, want to sell Willow 8 gold. Always, always make the person message you. You don't know how dumb the other person on the other side is. The other person on the other side could think that rocks are whatever. It doesn't matter. People are dumb as shit. And I've proven that many times over. So don't ever put a set price into global unless you are competing with another seller. If a seller is selling a Iron Focus for 41 gold, you might say, I want to sell this Iron Focus for 40 gold, 99 silver. Undercut him by a penny. Don't undercut the guy by multiple gold, though. Don't be fucking full blown retard here. Like, don't lose profit just to get a sale over someone else. Like, don't undercut the market by a ridiculous amount, like a few gold maybe, but don't do like more than like 2 or 3 gold undercuts. Like that literally ruins and drives markets into the ground faster than they should be. If you're still here, subscribe, like the video, share it. Let's go. Put this in the AOC Discord. Let's get some eyes on it. Let's get people not being poor. The thing, the reason that it's not bad sharing this information with everybody is because the more gold that you have, the more gold I have, because I know that I'm gonna have things that you want, and I'm gonna get your gold, and you're gonna pay what I want. So me teaching people how not to be poor essentially makes me richer. So let me break this down real quick. Just a quick summarize. If you're playing alone, if you're a solo player, just sell raw mats. Don't get yourself into the headache of crafting. Don't try to do that. Don't try to maintain and manage, multiple alts. It's a headache. It's very annoying, very time consuming. Just farm raw mats, sell raw mats to people like me, become friendly with people like me, get work orders filled. I literally last phase, I'd be like, yo, I need infinite. I will buy all that you bring, rare plus ashwood, for example. And I would have people come to me all day, 16 hours a day. Anytime they would just message me, hey, you around? You at Winstead? You on the mailbox? Yeah, I am. And they would just walk up, trade me, and open trade, and they would just drop whatever blue ashwood they had in the trade, and I would just put the amount of gold that I was paying at the time. And yeah, I set the prices, and they were happy with the prices. And I always base my prices on gold per hour. What is the best gold per hour in the game currently? Okay, and then how much how much of this resource can I generate in 1 hour, and then I compare that to how much gold you can make in 1 hour, and then you do a little division here and there, and you come up with a price. And it's just, how hard is this material to acquire? How long does it take to accumulate compared to how long does it take to do the best gold farm, and how much does the best gold farm make per hour? And that's how we come up with pricing of items. And then there's also supply and demand that also goes into effect. So like, let's say ashwood's a huge, very sought after item, that might drive the price up like half a silver, maybe a whole silver per piece. Whereas like oak wood is a little less sought after. So like heroic oak compared to like a blue ash wood, people will be like, why are you buying blue ash for 2 silver, and you're buying heroic oak for 2 silver? Like, that doesn't seem right. Heroic oak is a higher rarity. Well, it's just supply and demand that drives the prices. So now I want to put a little disclosure on the end of this video. All this is subject to change. There's a very high chance this phase can turn into a barter market over a trade one. What that means is, instead of trading your hard goods for gold and gold having any significant value, it will be a barter market, as in you will trade goods for goods. It would be hard goods for hard goods, raw mats for raw mats, and gold will be like a filler, just another regent, we could say. And it could just be a means to war deck. And the reason I'm saying that this could be an issue is because of the new crate values, sport fishing being a thing, player population is going to be significantly higher. They did not fix duping. Duping is still a thing, so we'll see if people are going to dupe crafting resources and vendor them, and if they just like immediately print millions of gold, and then just overall cheating, etc. This is all going to affect the market and whether or not it's going to be a barter market. So if you notice that people are like trading this mat for this mat, or this item for this item, it's more than likely that they are duping artisan resources again and vendoring them. So yeah, if that happens, just, I don't know, big sad. But yeah, that's going to be the video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I know this is a very vague, not too in detail video, and some things might not make sense. So please just feel free to ask in the comments below. And if this video gets enough attention, if we get enough views and likes on this video, if we get enough comments, and maybe I'll make the advanced gold selling video. To make the advanced gold selling one, I don't really want to do that for free. That's a lot of work, and it's a lot of information that actually helps people make money in real life. So, I mean, unless we get a ton of support, I don't know if I'm going to ever make the advanced gold selling guide, to be honest. So we'll see what support we get. Maybe you guys blow this video up. Maybe it gets 500,000 views, and then shit, I'll fucking make the advanced gold selling guide at that point. But all right, ladies, I will catch you on the next video. Yep.